Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group and you are watching to the Market Watch review. The stock market rebounded on Wednesday due to concerns over the economic outlook and rising inflation. Asian stocks posted their fourth consecutive session of gains, but shares in Europe were mixed and Wall Street futures pointed to a weaker open. The US dollar rose 0.3% to 103.61, returning to its two-decade high of $1.0515. Stocks and commodities have rallied this week as markets found reasons to keep outgrowth expectations. However, most prices are still below their recent highs. Wednesday's crude oil futures in the United States rose by 1.64% to $114.24 per barrel. Asian Pacific market. Japan's economy contracted for the first quarter in February and March, as COVID-19 curbs on the service sector and rising commodity prices caused new pressures. This raised concerns about a prolonged downturn. The Japanese yen continues to consolidate and is within yesterday's range. Australian banks make the majority of their profits from mortgages and are looking to automate every stage of the loan process. This is in response to rising interest rates that have slowed a property boom driven by a pandemic. The Australian dollar hovers below the 0.7050 level. Market of Europe. At 8:10 GMT, broad Euro Stoxx 600 had dropped 0.1%, while Britain's FTSE 100 was 0.1% lower. The British inflation rate is the highest of all major economies. Sterling lost 0.9% to $1.2387 in currency markets after the UK consumer price inflation reached 9% in April. This was a 40-year record and in line with analysts' expectations. Pablo Hernández de Cos, policymaker at the European Central Bank, stated that the bank will likely raise interest rates soon after it has ended its bond buying program in the third quarter. There is also the possibility of further increases in the coming quarters. The euro was pushed back relative to yesterday's growth. Market of America. The short-term mood was buoyant by positive data, with U.S. retail sales exceeding expectations and industrial production surpassing expectations. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, said Tuesday that the U.S. central banks would raise interest rates as necessary to stop an inflation surge that threatened the economy's foundation. Investors have already priced in U.S. rate increases of 50 basis points in June and July and expect the benchmark Fed funds rate to rise to 3% early next year. The April inflation reading for Canada is due Wednesday afternoon. The Canadian dollar consolidates within yesterday's flat. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.